Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Boom, Local Vigilante. We are making Gotham great again. We're going to make it great by telling the truth. The truth. Boy. First of all, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Those things help the show. And Joe Biden's cabinet, it keeps getting better. Oh, man. John Kasich, John Kerry, two Republicans. Heidi Heitkamp gets money from the oil lobby. I mean, it's just like on down the line. And now we've got this guy, Antony Blinken, Biden's pick for the State Department. And he's got a wonderful story of his stepfather actually was a Holocaust survivor and was rescued by a Black American soldier who was a descendant of slavery. It was like, it's this great story. Oh, wow. You know, we stopped the Nazis, and you know, someone who defended the slaves was actually fighting in World War II, and it's this great story. Wow. Let's get a little bit, let's find out who his stepfather was a little bit further. First of all, like, who's Blinken? Well, he's got a years-long relationship with Joe Biden. Okay. Is that a good thing? Joe Biden? 40 years of basically being a moderate Republican, saying he's against Medicare for all. He wants to gut Social Security. He wants to gut Medicare, who wrote the 1994 crime bill, was vice president when Obama dropped more bombs than Bush and gave the banks $1 trillion and let 6 million foreclosures happen, opened up the Arctic to drilling twice, 85,000 dead kids in Yemen, contaminated water in Flint, Michigan, did nothing at Standing Rock. Okay, great. So they've got a long, rich history. Blinken has acknowledged that he became hyper-focused on foreign policy in the Middle East after 9/11 terrorist attacks and again during the U.S. invasion of Iraq. Great. It's a great sign to the military-industrial complex. Don't worry, fellas and ladies, since the five major defense industries, all the CEOs are white women. Yes. Diversity of the ruling class. Boeing, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, that whole gang, that whole crew. It's all women. Yay, we did it. Head of the CIA, Gina Haspel. She's in favor of torture. This is more distractionary, neoliberal identity politics. See, this lets you think, oh, there's real change is happening. The war machine doesn't change. The spending on war rather than the American people doesn't change, but now there's women doing it. Awesome. So sweet. The first Black president. He dropped more bombs than Bush. That's so great. Trump dropped more bombs than Obama in his first term. That's amazing. Biden. Oh, change is here. Same old shit. So who is this guy? Who is his stepdad? Max Blumenthal goes into it. Oh, he's got ties to Epstein? Wait, what? Wait, huh? Yeah. Blinken's late stepfather was Samuel Pisar, the longtime lawyer and confidant of Robert Maxwell, Mossad agent and father of Ghislaine Maxwell. So that's the lineage here, folks. I've done videos. If you watch my Epstein playlist, Biden has ties to Epstein. Hillary Clinton will be somewhere involved in Biden's White House. Hillary was on Epstein's plane twice. Bill Clinton was on 26 times. Both the Clintons went to Epstein's compound in New Mexico numerous times. Ghislaine Maxwell was at their daughter's wedding. Do you see how the billionaire sex trafficking pedophiles stay in power? Mossad. Remember when I had John Kiriakou on this show? And he said, this has to be the Israelis when I asked about Epstein dying in prison. This has to be the Israelis. John Kiriakou's quote, this has to be the Israelis. Pisar was perhaps the last person to speak to Robert Maxwell before he died falling off of his yacht. Mysterious death. He knew something. Mossad got rid of him. Pisar was one of the last people to speak to Maxwell by phone, probably the hour before the chairman of the Mirror Group newspapers fell off his luxury yacht, the Lady Ghislaine, on November 5th, 1991. So guess what? The filthy pedophile predatory ruling class stays in power. Trump, by the way, sorry, QAnoners, he was not an outsider. Why did he have Acosta in? Trump picked Acosta to be in his cabinet in 2016. Acosta gave Epstein the sweetheart deal in Florida in 2009. Acosta was told back off. He was an intelligence asset about Epstein. William Barr, with all these ties to Epstein, Trump put him in his court. Trump, I mean, like on down the line. Trump had ties. I'll go into that in a second. So this is just, I just want you to show you who the ruling class is. And they're going to be, look, they will be all throughout Biden's cabinet. We'll have the Citibank, we'll have the oil, we'll have the war machine, we'll have the Mossad and sex trafficking billionaire crowd. Hey, there's Ghislaine Maxwell at Chelsea Clinton's wedding. There's Bill, who was on Epstein's plane 26 times. There's Chelsea Clinton. There's Ghislaine Maxwell, who's currently in jail. I read through her deposition. I've done several videos on her deposition. She's in jail. Hey, look at this. And what did that one article just say at the top of the video? Remember, I just showed you that. What did it say? What did it say? What did it say? Wait, where is it? 5 things, right? And also they said Biden's cabinet is looking very much like what Hillary's cabinet would have been. We got to get Biden in there because he'll be so much better than Trump. Oh, ties to Epstein. Oh, hey, look, there's Ghislaine Maxwell. So again, Blinken's stepfather, close friends with her dad, who we knew was a Mossad agent. Epstein died in prison summer of 2019. FBI whistleblower John Kiriakou said on this show, had to have been the Israelis. He asked that question, at least. He asked the question. The first thing a CIA thinks is that it's probably Mossad. That's a question we should ask. See how it's all tied in? And then remember when Trump said this a couple months ago when Ghislaine got arrested?
Right, Natalie, I want to pivot quickly and play another clip from yesterday's briefing when President Trump was asked about accused child trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell. Let's listen.
Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, and a lot of people want to know if she's going to turn in powerful people. And I know you've talked in the past about Prince Andrew, and you've criticized Bill Clinton's behavior. I'm wondering, do you feel that she's going to turn in powerful men? How do you see that working out?
I don't know. I haven't really been following it too much. I just wish her well, frankly. I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well, whatever it is. I don't know the situation with Prince Andrew. Just don't know. Not aware of it.
Not aware of it. I wish her well.
So what do we know about the president's relationship with Maxwell and her now deceased alleged co-conspirator, Jeffrey Epstein?
Well, Tanya, we heard the president acknowledge meeting her, he said, numerous times over the years, but we did not hear the president acknowledge the very serious charges and allegations she is facing of helping Jeffrey Epstein to recruit, groom, and sexually abuse young girls. Now, last year, you might remember, President Trump tried to distance himself from Jeffrey Epstein after his arrest on sex trafficking charges, saying that he knew him just like everybody in Palm Beach knew him. Also, the president said that he had a falling out with Epstein and said he wasn't a fan. But that's a very different commentary than what he gave in a 2002 magazine interview.
I wish her well. I think they were in Palm Beach. Palm Beach is where Epstein got arrested in 2008, 2009, where Acosta gave Epstein the sweetheart deal. You think it's a random coincidence that he then happens to make his way into the Trump cabinet? See, there's no difference between these filthy elites. You think Trump is better than the Democrats, or you think the Democrats are better than the Republicans and Trump? Get out of here. Yeah, this is wish her well. There's Naomi Campbell, also indicated, listed as a pedophile groomer, sex trafficker. Right? There they all are, hanging out. They're weird creep parties. I don't know much about Prince Andrew. Oh, really? You don't know much about that? There's Ghislaine Maxwell. Virginia Roberts, Prince Andrew. The ruling class is awful. You think it's a random coincidence? Oh, Graham, you're grasping at straws. Really? So Blinken's going to be Secretary of State. His stepfather was good friends with her dad. This is business as usual. Hey, Les Wexner, whose name is never mentioned with ties to, anytime they bring up Epstein, he's never mentioned. Even though Maria Farmer said in her interview with Whitney Webb, he was the head of the North American sex trafficking snake. They don't know. Oh, we don't know. 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 It's all weird, crazy mystery. We know the Clintons got ties. I just showed you how Trump has ties to them. So there's no difference. The Secretary of State is going to be fine with bombing and trafficking. The British royal family's involved in it. So when I talk about the war machine and all that and the arms dealing, sex trafficking is a part of that. It's one of the things Maria Farmer's talked about. That's something Whitney Webb has talked about that. Arms dealing and sex trafficking are like one and the same. So it's not a mistake. We just keep hearing these same names. And this is the stepdad of this guy, the kid of that. And see it? See it? Biden's cabinet is going to be horrific. There's no difference. That's the point I'm making. They're both all awful. When you did lesser of two evils. See, when you vote for the lesser of two evils, you still get evil. Lesser of two evils, still evil. Lesser of two evils, still evil. Lesser of two evils, still evil. Lesser of two evil, still evil. That's why I've been voting third party since the 90s. That never works. When all of you idiots say lesser of two evils and vote for pedophile, sex trafficking, warmongering psychopaths, and you think the R or the D next to their maggot-ridden name somehow makes a difference, that's why we have this. So please wake up that the ruling class is evil. They're pure evil. They rape and sell children, and they get away with it because they're rich. Pedophiles, I had my friend Eric Oldenburg on the show, former child crimes investigator, said, Graham, pedophiles, male, female, rich, poor, every ethnicity, every socioeconomic status. He goes, but the wealthy ones get away with it more because they can. 2 presidents are in Epstein's black book, Trump and Clinton. And a vice president, Biden. Alan Dershowitz. All right, folks. I won't let the story go. And the media distracts you with a Blinken's stepfather Holocaust survival story. Okay, that's a fair story. That's a good human interest thing. And the black soldier that rescued him out of the concentration camps. Oh my God, the concentration horrific. But we're not going to talk about ties to Robert Maxwell. We're not even going to mention it on the corporate media. We're not even allowed to ask the question. If I ask the question, what does that mean? What oh, I'm a crazy. I like Trump. No, I hate Trump. I'm glad he's not gone. But Biden is a piece of shit too, and his cabinet is awful. And to we're going to pull Biden to the left. Are you? You don't seem to care that he's going to put John Kasich in there in his cabinet. All these warmongering hawks, some of them Republicans. You have where's the pull to the left? And this is the problem with the duopoly. You turn a blind eye to the connections of Epstein. This is the thing I've talked about on this show. Not a lot of lefty shows talk about Epstein as much as I do, because the problem with the right, the conservative shows, is they just think it's like the QAnon folks, they think it's only the Clintons and the Bidens or whatever. It's all of them. It's all of them. It's all of them. You can't get that much power and be tight and all these tight dealing with these people for decades and years and not know. You met Epstein once at a party. You met Maxwell once at a party, and you weren't aware. Fine. All these years hanging out, partying with him. You're on his plane. Trump was on his plane once. Come on. Bill Gates was on his plane. It goes on down the line, folks. It just keeps going on down the line. The ruling class is awful, and they own both parties. And many members of the ruling class are horrific sex trafficking pedophiles. And I know if one of your heroes is in there, I'm sorry, but they're all awful. They're all awful. Thanks for watching the show, folks. I haven't let the story, have I let it go? I have not let it go. So I'm sure we're going to be talking about it more because Biden has ties to him and more of them are going to come up. More stuff's going to happen. Ghislaine Maxwell's trial is next summer. Anything can happen between now and then. Trump might do some crazy shit and just reveal some information before he leaves that puts everybody at risk, all the ruling class at least. I don't like Trump, but I hope if he does that, awesome. Awesome. I just want the truth. But the corporate media won't cover it because they've squashed stories like this in the past. So that's why you watch it here. I'm not letting this go. I'm not letting this go. So the ruling class is evil. And you're making Gotham great again by supporting my show. La-boom! Thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, where you can support the show. Also, I have a Bitcoin wallet, a Bitcoin Cash wallet, and an Ethereum wallet in the show notes. We're taking cryptocurrency. I have a Coinbase affiliation link. We're going to be getting on some other exchanges. So that's how you support the show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. YouTube is unsubscribing us at an alarming rate. I have a PayPal button at GrahamElwood.com. I even have a Venmo at Graham-Elwood. There's a lot of ways to support our show. We are getting crushed by YouTube. We've dipped under 73,000 subscribers because of YouTube. Thanks for supporting what we do.